I don't have a cough button out here. Those things are like $1,000 a piece.
To mute the cough out?
Yeah,
Wow.
someday.
You can only aspire to it, right?
You got to have something to aspire
That's
to.
right.
Ready? Hello, folks. Welcome to this edition of Tee It Up Grand Strand. I'm your host, Jeff Gilder. I know you're not used to seeing me out here. I'm usually behind the glass. But I'm glad to be at the table today with Ethan Leishon from Eagle Nest. Ethan, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Jeff. How about yourself?
Man, I'm just tickled to death to be here, man.
Fantastic. It's a pleasure to be here as well.
It's good to see you today because as we were talking before the show, Dustin and I got out to play Eagle Nest over the Labor Day holiday, and man, we just really enjoyed the course.
I'm so glad y'all came out and enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was the first time that either one of us had played it, and what a fun layout.
And we get that a lot. A lot of people, you know, that have been here for years and years don't know if they don't realize we're there. There's so many other great opportunities to go play other golf courses, but, you know, everybody comes out the first time and says, wow, this is nice. And
Yeah,
it is a beautiful piece of property back in the Carolina Bays, and the back part of the golf course is really something special.
Some of those some of the scenery back there with those lagoons and those big cypress trees growing in there and all, you just don't see that everywhere. You know,
you couldn't build that golf course today. I mean, it was built in '71, which is before EPA started saying, you know, you can't get into the wetlands and everything like that. But it is absolutely beautiful.
Well, it winds through just some beautiful scenery there, and it's a very playable golf course.
It is. Any level golfer can have fun at Eagle Nest.
Yeah, and just I love the greens. That's what kind of grass is that?
It's a ultra dwarf mini birdie.
Is it? And how long has that grass been there?
Since 2008, I believe, was the year they installed that.
I'm not going to ask you to repeat the story about reshaping the greens on TV.
It's probably for the best, but it's an interesting little side story.
That is. Just come out and see Ethan at the golf course, and he'll tell you the story.
There you go.
On the side.
I'd be happy to.
That's really interesting piece of Eagle Nest lore.
Right.
That's cool, man. Well, you guys have had some good publicity just recently, and we talked about this the last time you were in the studio about the gentleman who's been at the course for so many years.
Yeah, Mr. Bill.
Yeah, Mr. Bill. He's in his 80s, and
I think he's 84. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Been there since late 70s. So, we're not sure exactly when he started working there.
You know, one of the things I looked for after seeing that article in the paper were the flowers and the things. You know, because that you guys have a greenhouse,
we do have a greenhouse,
and he's still taking care of the roses and the flowers and all that kind of stuff. So his presence is still felt there after all these years. That's cool.
Absolutely. He is a shining light on our staff. He really brings everybody's spirits up a little bit.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. Well, we're almost ready to hit fall golf season, man. How's that feel?
Feels great. It's been a long summer,
Yeah.
you know, slow summer, but we're really excited to get jumping in there. We've got a lot of package rounds sold already.
That's cool.
Still lots of room on the tee sheet. So if you're up north and are you know, planning your golf vacation down here this fall, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I think we can accomplish most with this platform is to do just that, is to let those people sitting in cooler climates know more about what's going on here and help get them fired up about coming down on their golf vacation, or maybe inspire them to change their mind to come and play golf with us here.
It's going to start getting cold real quick. I've got some friends up in Michigan, actually, and they said it was high a couple of days this past weekend was like 48, 49
the
degrees.
High?
That's it.
Yeah.
So
that's why I don't live there.
It's time to start thinking about coming down in October or early November to come play some golf at Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, you'll be ready. Our grass will be green. You know, it's always sunny here in Myrtle Beach.
It always is.
It only rains at night here, folks.
Paradise. I always say that's my saying. Another day in paradise. You know, so.
Yeah. Now, let us know what's going on at the course. You got any kind of what do you got you want to talk about today?
We've done a lot of things. We've put some new tee boxes in this summer for senior tees. So
I need those.
Be looking forward to experiencing those new tee boxes if you played us in the past, and realized that our tee boxes were either, the senior tees were either right there close to the women's or right close to the white tee markers. So we actually have some dedicated tee boxes just for the senior tees.
That's a nice addition.
It is.
I mean, because that's something, there's been a lot of publicity given to the game lately about playing it forward.
Absolutely.
And, a lot of us guys need to give up on the ego and step up to where the course plays within our wheelhouse.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you got a couple of holes there. If you play them from the back, they're pretty serious. There's one 600 and
number 17 is 619 for the tips.
Ooh, yeah.
It's definitely not one you want to go for into unless you're Rory McIlroy or Dustin or something. But so yeah, we have some tough holes, and we're really excited to have that extra option though for some of our golfers.
Now let's talk about preparation for the fall season. That's something that that's one of the things we mentioned. We got green grass here, and you guys take a lot of special effort to get the course ready for fall season. That's really a prime season for. You're out of the stress of the summer heat
right,
and all that kind of stuff. It's easier to keep the thing watered and that kind of deal. What do you guys do to prepare for the fall?
Well, here, like you said, we just keep, and then we're going to overseed probably in late October, sometime in late October, to make sure it's nice and green for the rest of the winter.
We'll get an update on that in the October review.
That's right. We'll be happy to tell you about that. We've aerified back in early August, so that the greens will be nice and ready for just fall golfers as well.
So when Dustin and I were there, we were there Labor Day weekend, and you couldn't tell that the greens had been aerified.
It was
they
amazing.
Heal quickly, don't they?
It was amazing this year how fast we did it, and I think it was the 20th of August. So you came 10 days after and probably couldn't tell.
No,
the
you
time.
couldn't.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell it at all. It was cool. I know one thing that Shan normally does this show, and one of the things that she will do is ask you about one of your favorite holes or to describe a hole. Pick one and tell us about your favorite.
I think last time I talked about the fourth hole. I was thinking about this on the way up. Just want to make sure I talked about a different hole this time. We'll talk today about number 16, which is the first part of our toughest three finishing holes there, which is a long par 4, and it's fairly straight. But it does have a big, long pond there on the left side of the approach.
Yep.
So you got to really think where you're placing your drive to be able to navigate that water hazard into the green. It's a nice, receptive green, big, wide green. So there's lots of challenging pin placements out there that you can go out there. But it's one of my favorite holes as well. It's always a tough driving hole. You really got to let it fly to have an iron into the green.
Yeah, that's cool. I want to talk about 17 a minute if I can,
okay.
because it fooled me a little bit. And we played it from the white tees, but if you're coming down here and playing Eagle Nest for the first time, and you're trying to decide on that second shot whether to go ahead and go for it or lay it up. Know this: there's a lot of room on the other side of the water to lay up over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's something that fooled me when I was back in the fairway.
It doesn't look like much.
And I was thinking, man, I know I can. I know I can. So of course, Dustin and I were killing some time then, so we took several shots at that green just for the heck of it. But there's a lot of room over there.
There's plenty of room, yeah. So, and that's one of the beautiful things about that hole is it really kind of talks you into laying up on the other side of the.
Yeah, it can talk you into being conservative
of the lake, which is fooling as well because there's not a big layup spot. I mean, most of it is a steep incline.
Yeah,
you have to. There's a 10-yard circle right there if you want to lay up short of the pond. But so that's kind of the cool thing about that hole. You've definitely got to find some inspiration and put it in the right spot. If you decide to go over the lake, hit it good, and but there's, like you said, there is actually plenty of room on on the green side of the lake.
That's something that when you come up to that hole, just know that can make a difference in how you play that next shot. When we finished our round, well, let me say this: when we got there, we were out of the car, into the cart, and on the golf course, and just man, a handful of minutes.
Yeah.
Amazing service.
We don't play around.
No.
We don't play around at all.
I mean, they were ready for us, and just bang, 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 we were on the course, and we went. It was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And after the round, we went into the snack bar there, had us a hot dog and a beverage and some chips, and just really enjoyed it. It's a nice, comfortable, leisurely, fun afternoon for
Right.
us. It was. And then I think we actually played from like the middle of the morning to the middle of the afternoon.
Okay, great.
But we played our round, and how long was it, Dustin? It was about 3.5 hours, 4 hours.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe it was 3.5 hours.
We played.
time.
We played the front nine, an hour and 20 minutes.
Moving on through. That's great. And, 99% of the time, you're not going to go over 4 hours at our
Yeah.
golf course. This being a tourist destination, there's going to be some golfers that get out there and are a little bit slower than others, and whether they're play a couple times a year or whatever. But
Yep.
most of the time, we keep everybody moving pretty well and making sure everybody has a good time. That's our main goal.
Man.
We're a feel-good golf course, and we try to put a smile on your face as soon as you get there, and keep it on there for the duration of your stay with us.
That's important for amateur golfers, because most of us that are average golfers need to understand we're doing this to have a good time.
Don't take it too serious.
If you don't take it too serious, you can do that. And I'll tell you, Eagle Nest is a great place to do that. Any more info you want to throw out?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. We've had a great couple weeks of charity tournaments now, so we're gearing up for anybody that wants to play golf. We'll be ready and willing to have you any day of the week.
All right, folks. If you want to get some package rounds or tee times for Eagle Nest, you can get to their website, to their pro shop info.
It's info at eaglenestgolf.com is our email address, which is or www.golfcourseatmyrtlebeach.com.
Or you can just call Dave, hashtag just call Dave here at the Golf Director, That's Go Golf 1, 844 Go Golf 1. Dave will package you up there as well. Ethan, it's been a pleasure having you on today.
Man, it's been fun, Jeff. It's always good to see you guys.
Yeah, you too, man. I've enjoyed it. This edition of Tee It Up Grand Strand has been produced and brought to you by the Zeus Radio Network for thegolfdirector.com. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool, man. We got through that.
That was awesome.
Yeah, no problem.
Another day in paradise.
Yeah, man.
Good stuff. So then that